Hello, how are you? It's Jenny from Ginger Ninja Crafts, and I am here with my entry or contribution to a new hashtag. Well, I think it's new this month, from lovely Sabine at Cross Keys Crafts. Cross Keys Crafts. I always want to put an R in that key. She has come up with this great idea for all the little bits we end up with on our desk, and it's called hashtag Save Me From the Bin. So if, like me, you tend to overmake elements for things more than you think you're going to need, and then you've got them left over, well, why don't we try and use them up as we go along, rather than, because I have umpteen little takeaway boxes with wee Christmassy bits, wee this bits, wee that bit, and half of them, I've no idea what I'll ever do with them. So hashtag Save Me From the Bin, and the challenge that she set us is to make not just a card with it, but make something that's smaller than 4 inches by 6 inches, which I think is the sort of standard little card base. So you might have seen this week I was doing some Wizard of Oz type goodies, and I had a little witchy left over that I coloured her in beautifully, but she was the wrong size. She didn't really fit in with the slipper tag that I made. Have I got them here to show you? What do I do? The tag was slippers, so she didn't really fit into that. I did the little Emerald City, and I had the last chunk of the Emerald City left over. I cut myself too big a piece of the rainbow ribbon, so I had that left over. I had a bit of the Yellow Brick Road left over, and I had stamped another set of the little ruby slippers, which I used on a little Twinchy. So I had another pair stamped out, so I just coloured them in, fussy cut them out, and put the Nouveau drops on, which is actually called ruby slippers. How perfect is that? So I made a little ATC. So what I did was I glued the ribbon up at the end because it's somewhere over the rainbow. I added the wee Emerald City there, and before I stuck any of these bits down, I just inked with, I can't remember what it was, a red Distress Oxide anyway. And then I don't know if you can see, I've just stamped lots of tiny little flowers on top of that. So it's meant to be like the poppy field. And then I popped the elements that I had left over onto there. And I must admit, I threw the rest of the bit of card that I'd embossed with the bricks. The rest of the Yellow Brick Road went in the bin. But that's okay, it goes in the recycling. So I've got a wee ATC there. And then I also ended up with some sunflower bits. I don't think I've shared this project yet. I made a sunflower project, which that'll need to be the next video. So I had a couple of sunflowers left over and some pieces of sunflowers left over. And I also, I think I shared on one day this week my tonic mystery bag haul. So it included a glitter paste and expanding mousse. And so I got some stencils out and had a little play just to see what the because the glitter paste, I don't think it says what colour it is. It looks sort of blue there, but actually it's kind of black and sparkly. So I've got this scrap, which, you know, you need to play with things, don't you? And then you end up with them and you think, what will I do with that? And this was the expanding mousse. So I used it just as it was and let it dry. It's a gorgeous colour. And then this was the version when I put my heat tool on it and it kind of puffed up, which I really like as well. So I thought I could make some ATC coins. That was my plan. So I've got some ones that I've cut out previously. But I do have my punch, which is the right size. I can't remember what size an ATC coin is. Is it 2.5 inches? Yes, it's 2.5 inches across. So let's see if this will cut. If not, I'll have to draw around those other ones and cut it out. My plan is to maybe do some gold around the edge and just simply pop a sunflower and some kind of word on. That's quite cute, isn't it? I'm not sure I'm going to do that for the black, although I do like that, but I think I'll save that for another project. I've not done ATC coins for ages, but it's quite handy to have some of these things, you know, on all made up, so that if somebody suddenly says, do you want to swap, I can say yes. There we go. Let me see. And then having made something with these, I think I give myself permission to stick that and that in the bin. So I've got 4, and I think I've got the doings for another 2 sunflowers, so that'll be perfect. Now, sometimes when people send me an ATC coin, it's like really thick, and I love it. So I might sort of glue it up on a couple of layers. I treated myself to this magic glue that I've seen a few people using. And I thought, seeing as I could only get 1 bottle of my Nouveau glue, I would give it a try as a wee backup. So yeah, have you joined in with this saved from the bin challenge? It's such a good idea. I know Christine from Christine's Cards and Things, she was doing a thing for a while where she was using up scraps on her desk, and it was amazing how much she was able to make. We just generate so much. Okay, so there we go. A couple of them. This one's so they're kind of a bit chunkier. Some of these are a bit thinner bits, but well. Yeah, I've not made an ATC coin for ages. Oh, I should have stuck that the other way around. Wait a minute. I'll put another thin bit on the back. See here, I'm even getting rid of all these random circles that I've cut out before. Oh, right, so I'll let those dry a wee bit, and then I'll make up these other sunflowers. What I've done with the ones I've done is I've coloured up and shaped the top one and then just layered it onto a plain one behind, and then popped the little centre on. So what have I done with my pen? Here it is. So I'm just add a bit of this. I have so many different sunflower dyes. But I don't think you can have too many sunflower dyes, really. They are. I just check and see. Yeah, that'll do. They are the cheeriest of flowers, I think. So yeah. Hope you're all having a nice weekend. I'm all confused because my husband's playing golf today, and he usually plays golf on a Saturday. So yesterday felt like a Sunday because he wasn't playing golf. And today feels like a Saturday because he is. So I don't know what tomorrow's going to feel like, but I'm just going to curl up these leaves, or petals rather. So yeah, so we had a bit of a chill day yesterday. We watched the semi-finals on Friday and yesterday for the Women's Rugby World Cup, so those were good games. So it's England and Canada that are through, so that'll be exciting for next weekend. And then last night we just started watching a film, and I suddenly remembered Strictly was starting, so we started to watch Strictly. So I must admit that there's always a bit of drama about it, and that kind of puts me off a little bit. However, I'm sucked right back in by all the glitz and glamour, so what can you do? Right, so that's the two top ones done. So I'm going to pop that in the middle. So yeah, did you do anything more exciting? I also did a wee bit of cross stitch, and I did a bit of moved the furniture around in my room, my bedroom again. I think we just have a wee bit too much furniture in the space. But every few months I think, oh, if I just move that and move that, it'll look bigger, but doesn't really work. That's pretty good. Oops. And then, so yeah. I don't know what's on the edge of that one. That's better. Oh. There we go. That looks... nah. There's certain ways with this one that's better, I think, where they kind of line up a bit better. And then I think you can see how much just that little bit of white gel pen makes a difference. Somehow. Oh, I think I've done a rubbish job with this one, can I? There we go. Let's try again. Get the right... There we go. So now I just want to do some heat embossing around the edge. So I'm going to put you on pause. Okay, so I've got my embossed jewel pen, which has got this sort of chunky tip, and I'm going to have a little go around the edge. Now, the challenge with this one is, will the heat cause this expanding rather, mousse paste stuff to bubble? Because I've had this, it's well dried, so who knows. Right, let me just, oops, sprinkle. Put this away because I am so clumsy. And let me pause it. So rather than deafen you, I just did the heat tool off. But no, it hasn't puffed up, I don't think. Maybe slightly. No, it's not puffed up, but it maybe has slightly altered the texture. So then I can just pop that on there. So I will pause again. Okay, so I have completed my ATC coins with a little smile from the Tim Holtz ideology, and so I've added that on, and then I also just popped a little ladybird. These came, say it in crystals. I got these at Annie's craft shop in Pretoria when I was there on my holidays. So this is my first Save Me From the Bin. I hope that you approve. Can I go in a bit closer? There we go. I hope that you approve, Sabine. And yeah, I hope that this is the start of a bit more creative use of, and a timely use of, my scraps. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please hit like, leave me a comment, and the next video will be that sunflower project, which left me with these bits of sunflowers behind. Thank you. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.